What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today we're going to begin with completing Wilfred ZAHA Player of the Month. Now I haven't done many Player of the Months this year in FIFA. In fact, I don't think I've done any of them. ZAHA is a weird one because he is expensive if you don't have anything, but he's cheap if you have things. What's very, very, very bizarre for me is how EA are running Team of the Season, and listen to what I have to say here, because I'm not bashing EA or anything, I just think they overlook something massively. The Team of the Season most consistent players, the Team of the Season rest of the world players are extinct, all of them, every single one of them. So if you have one in your club, sell it, it goes for maximum buy now price. The Team of the Season EFL players are all extinct except for Diego Jota, who is basically extinct at 65k, and Ryan Sessegnon, who's well over 100k, and that leaves the cheapest Premier League players being Pope and Doucouré. Doucouré's from most consistent from the community, and he's extinct too, because there's just, oh no, he's not extinct, he's 130, and then Pope at like 110. So when I bought Pope's at like 55k, apologies for that noise there, when I bought Pope's for 55k, and I bought him because I thought you might need a Premier League player for the Team of the Season. Although I got the investment wrong for the requirements, it was actually right for the value, because he's now the cheapest Team of the Season and he's expensive. And what the problem is you're required to dump a Team of the Season for an untradeable, which removes potentially tradables and replaces them as untradables, which at that point can't go back onto the market. Because of the way the most consistent was done, which was done via, not most consistent, rest of the world was done, which was via an SBC only. Once those guys got bought and turned in, they are never, ever, ever available to come back onto the market. So they're never, ever going to come back. And it's going to be the same with all of the cheap Team of the Seasons, because let's say you do the Premier League Team of the Season and you get Kyle Walker. Now, you don't want to trade your untradeable Kyle Walker to try and get a ZAHA. So that's now one tradable SBC, one tradable card or untradeable card that's gone for an untradeable card that people will never use to trade. And there's just a massive imbalance in the packing of Team of the Season cards versus the usage of Team of the Season cards. So I hope EA either change how they do the rest of the world Team of the Season, and maybe do 2 or 3 SBCs, or maybe make it repeatable. Alternatively, I hope they release a repeatable Team of the Season SBC, because otherwise these Team of the Season cards are just going to go more and more and more expensive. I think when Sunday comes and La Liga is in packs and Messi and Ronaldo, maybe a 99 striker Ronaldo Team of the Season is available, you think people are going to swap out their, 93 Team of the Season Fernandinho for a chance at 99 Ronaldo? Of course they're not. I know we get some of these players from DKTs and some of these players from weekly objectives, but they're getting better and better every week, to the point where even, Crescito might be someone that nobody wants to turn in, because it's like, why would I turn him in? He's sick. Like, I don't want to turn him in. I use him. You might turn him in and you might end up getting some absolute rando goalkeeper from La Liga that you just absolutely don't want. So yeah, I think there's a big imbalance, and I hope EA address that. Now, I have done ZAHA, and the reason why I've done ZAHA is because, as you can see, I'm using some red cards. Now, I know every time I use cards that are untradeable in my club, people say, why don't you just go and buy the equivalent to what the untradeable is in your club? And the reason why I'm not going to is because I could go and get an 81 rated Premier League centre-back and then another 81 rated Palace player, so on and so forth. But the reason why I'm not going to is because these red cards have been sitting in my club for months on end. I never use them, I never play with them, and because World Cup mode is coming in a few weeks' time, at the point where EA might release an SBC that actually requires these red cards, I still have plenty. Yep, they're low-rated ones, but I still have plenty. So I'll always be able to use them if they're needed, and if they're not... Like, I remember last year for the SBCs, it was a FUT Champions reward card or an Inform. Now, Informs are so cheap right now. I mean, so cheap. You can get like 86 or 87 rated Informs for like 18k and stuff. Like, to the point where I might as well get best use out of these now to make this as cheap as possible. So, Boruc, Moses, who's this guy? Tompkins, and Cook there. All obviously untradeable red cards. The same as Alcacer as an untradeable red card. And I mean, look, literally no games. In fact, I've used some Boric for some. 10 games on Boric, none on Moses, 2 on Tompkins, 11 on Cook. Sheehan, obviously, we got from the EFL Team of the Season untradeable. This is a perfect opportunity to use him. Alcacer, no games. Banega is tradable. Kovacic is tradable. Rico's got 26 games for me, but rest assured, he's trash. And again, it's another one of those things where it's like, I could go and buy even Rico. Let's say I went and bought his 84 rated inform to put into this. It's genuinely 18,000 coins. Now, I could get any 84 from this league for 6, 8, 10,000 coins, but when am I ever going to use this card, and when is a necessary time to use him for an SBC? Well, I think so now. So in terms of the actual usable cards that we've got in here, sellable cards, Banega is less than 3,500 coins. Kovacic is, I think, about 2,000 coins right now. Yeah, 2,000 on the nose, so that's 5,500 altogether. Willian Jose I just bought for 1,900. So that's 7,500, and Fernando Torres is just over 1,000 coins. So we're looking at about 9,000 coins for me to complete this. Of course, there is opportunity cost or sunk cost for some of these cards, but in terms of actual sellable value for tradable items, we're looking at 9,000 coins for a 50k pack. Boom, that's gone. I'm happy with that. Then the Ivory Coast squad. Now, I actually sold some of my Ivory Coast players on. But Torre for me is untradeable, and he's a big card to get untradeable. And then we've got Seri D here, who I think is like 6, 7k. Oh, he's come down a lot as well, so he's under 4k. Jesus, that's awesome. And then I've just got French league players. We've got the again, apologies for the for the noise there. We've got Gradel here in the team as well as an Ivorian. Looks like he's under 5k. So the two Ivory Coast players that I've got tradable are both the cheaper versions of them. And then we've just got, I don't know how much Rabiot is. Being French, he's actually probably worth 3 or 4k right now. Yeah, about 4k, but I've got to use someone, you know what I mean? And I had these guys in my club. We've got Valbuena in there, Germain, and this is the team that I'm using. This one right here might be the more expensive one. This one might be like, at sale price, maybe 30,000 coins worth of players maximum in here. Maybe as low as 20,000 coins. But for 20k on this one and 10k on the other one, and even let's say for argument's sake 30k on that second team and 10k on the other one, that's 40,000 coins for not only a player of the month ZAHA, but 2 packs that could potentially generate lots of revenue back. Now this card's decent. 3-star weak foot is a little disappointing. 4-star skill moves is nice. His height and his work rates are very good. His general stats are great. What I don't like about this card is his curve is really low and his reactions are really low. Outside of that, this is a fantastic card, and I might use him. I might throw him into the team. We'll play him for a little while, and then when push comes to shove, we now have an 88 rated ZAHA that we can use in an SBC when we need to, which is great. And then to finish off, let me show you some of the transfers that are selling still. So there you go. Conan sold for 6,000 and Seri sold for 9,000. So just because of this SBC anyway, I actually had to clear my trade pile. You can see it's quite full. I sold at least 15,000 coins worth of players right there, but I actually sold about 30 to 40,000 coins worth of heightened players just because of this SBC. So I actually made good money off of this, and I did it for relatively cheap, and we get ourselves 2 packs as well. So a rare gold pack. I don't expect anything out of this, but something like a Serge Aurier or somewhere around those lines would be great. We do get a board player to kick things off. Is it going to be a big one or not? German centre-back. Juventus. It's Hudez wins. That's pretty disappointing. He's one of the worst 83s. Although, what is he? Oh, Serge Gnabry in there as well. Again, not really that enjoyable. And then Hudez. Damn, he's up at like 3.5k right now. Let's go. We'll get rid of him. We'll pop him up for 3.8. You know, I might not sell the ones that are in my club right now, but definitely that's pretty good. And then a rare players pack, team of the season will be ideal, obviously. I doubt it will happen for me. Oh, purple! Who's the man of the match? I don't even know. Portuguese, centre-back. Oh, it's Rolando, isn't it? Hey, I'll take it. That's a special card. That's decent. He'll discard for what, like 10, 12k? That's pretty cool. I mean, it's better than the kick in the teeth, right? It's a hero card. Yeah, he discards for 15k. That is sensational. So again, our packs were actually pretty decent. I'll take that. Oh, that is a great pack. That is a very good pack. I'm very, very happy with that. So we get Asensio, who is currently chilling at around 5k coins. I'm going to hold on to him for now with La Liga coming up on Friday. We get Kagawa. 3k. I'm going to hang on to him for now as well. We get James Milner here. Let's see if he's popped up in value. Right? Oh, I mean, like even 1,400 coins for an 80 rated left back from the Premier League. I'll take it. Wendell, Inan, and him not really worth much. Oscar DeMarcos, currently 2.1k. That's very nice. That's on open bid, so we're getting for 2.4k. Hey, that makes me feel like this was definitely and absolutely worth every single penny spent on that. So I'm very happy with that. And then Rolando, I mean, I could discard him at any point I want for 14.5k. I'm going to hang on to him just in case you ever need a hero card or a man of the match card or whatever. And if you don't and I still need coins, then I'll discard him. So 3 items again sold straight away. All 3 of those cards sold. So very nice there. Some good profit made there. And in terms of my club, you'll see here, I don't really have as many players as I used to have. When we go through the golds, let's get to the actual golds. Obviously, we've got like our 84s and 83s that we invested in. I've got plenty of 82s and 81s still that I haven't sold or sold yet. But then once we go down to the 80s, there's not much left here. We're already down to the 76s, 75s, and then commons. And then for the commons, there's also not much available here. There's a fair few, because I haven't gone through many of the common leagues for the Premier League packs. But there's not like a humongous amount. And I do want to get rid of these. I do want to turn these in, but I want to make sure that I'm not like dumping any cards that are worth 2, 3, 4, 5k, which I'm sure I've already done. But that was a good start, guys. So we sold another item there. What was that sold? Okaka for 800 coins. Very nice indeed. So in terms of our squad right now, I could just start Wilfried Zaha, and I'm going to give him a. I don't really care for. Yeah, I think dribbling and shooting is a good one actually. Let's pop a sniper on him. And in these Division 1 games, we'll actually start him instead of Sané. Now, Sané's actually played well for me, obviously, as an untradeable. 3 goals, 5 assists in actually 5 games, not 6 games, because one of those games in the last video, I loaded up against the guy, and then he'd done a glitch or whatever, so it disconnected the match. That still counts as a game. So 8 goal contributions in 5 games is not bad. But I'm struggling to adapt to someone, not with the 3-star weak foot, I actually don't mind that too much, but without 4-star skill moves. That's my problem right now. So this team is sick, and obviously we're going to get Team of the Season Ramos on Friday or Saturday or whatever, and at that point Ramos will go left centre back, and I'll either get Marcelo at left back, or we'll swap those around like that. Ramos will go where Vertonghen is right now, and we can use whoever we want. No, we can't use whoever we want at left back. That's the whole problem, isn't it? And then, of course, I have Dele Alli. And so now I sit here and I wonder, do I play this Dele Alli card instead of, you know, the Christian Eriksen or the Kevin De Bruyne? Not instead of KDB, he's just too good for me. But Christian Eriksen for 500 odd K, I could easily sell him and use Dele Alli and then maybe improve the team. Because what I'll do is, once we get the Team of the Season La Liga, depending again on who I pack out the special packs, I could easily go Ramos, Marcelo, and then a midfielder, you know, a Casemiro, for example. And then we could put Dele Alli in. Maybe I take Matic out on that note, you know, but Matic is the cheaper of the two, but I can release some more funds, and I might play some games. In fact, I'm going to throw Dele Alli in here as well. I want to play some games with Dele Alli just to get a feel for whether or not I like him. I bought him on as a sub one time, but I want to get a real good feel for whether or not his stats are as... Well, there's nothing really bad with him. His stamina and aggression are great. His defending is okay. He's a good box-to-box midfielder in that sense. His dribbling is fantastic, except for his balance, which is a bit of a problem. His passing is actually very good as well. Great short passing, great vision, very good long passing. And then his finishing is very good as well. His positioning, finishing is good. If we applied something that boosted his dribbling, passing and shooting, giving him the, the maestro, boost those stats right up, he actually might be insane to play with. He's really, really big. He's rapid. He's got 4-star weak foot. It's just he doesn't have the skill moves. Sorry, he's got 4-star skill moves, just doesn't have the weak foot. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll try him out. And if he works, we can get rid of Eriksen. And I don't want to get rid of anyone else. But I also don't want to get caught up in using an untradeable Team of the Season team. Like I don't want to sacrifice potential ability and potential wins in the weekend league this weekend by using Dele Alli instead of Christian Eriksen. You know, Christian Eriksen obviously with that 5-star weak foot and the fact that his stats are just head and shoulders above Dele Alli except for his aggression and his strength. But even his stand tackle is actually pretty good. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that, guys, is that. Let's get into some gameplay and see how the Dele Alli and the Wilfried Zaha play. Let's go. Okay, guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 4-3-2-1 team. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but in Division 1, you can really manipulate matchmaking quite easy. It's in no small part why I've got such a fantastic Divisions record. Your team rating actually plays quite an integral part in how matchmaking works in Divisions. We don't know exactly how it works, of course, but the game tries to match you with teams around a similar rating. And, of course, there are instances where that won't be 100% effective because there just quite simply won't be people with your rating that are searching at the same time as you, that have a good connection to you, or that are within the same division range as you, or points range. Like, we don't even know how matchmaking works in general, but like a lot of people used to believe Division 1, 2 and 3 match together, 4, 5 and 6 match together, and then 7 through 10 match together. But that's quite simply not the case. It's actually done on ELO system points. It's a hidden ELO system. We don't know how it works. And the reason why I know it's a hidden ELO system is because I have several times matched up against people from divisions outside of those groupings. So I've been in Division 3 before and matched up against Division 5 and 6 before. There was some findings, some actual proof as well, on the forums or Reddit a couple years ago of a guy that was in Division 1 and tried some stuff, and he was matching against people that were in Division 8 and Division 7 and stuff. So the matchmaking is not necessarily done on divisions, but the fact that that was able to happen means that it's done on ELO. How that ELO system works, I don't know. And what happens is, if you get your team rating down to like a 179, a 180, or 181, you're going to come up against similar teams. And it seems like the threshold is 184. So if you get your team to a 183, you'll come up against 184s, 183s, 182s, maybe even some 181s. But if you go to 184, you come up against seemingly anything and everything. So because my team's so high rated, I can't really get it down to below a 184. I could if I just changed a few things here and there, but I don't want to. So as you can see with the next team we come up against, I've actually got a 192, I think, or a 190, something like that. And I'm coming up against insane teams in Division 1. And I'm happy about that because it gives me a truer indication of how gameplay will be and how this team will fare in Weekend League. Of course, in Weekend League, there is no matchmaking in terms of team rating, so you come up against anything all the time. It's done on, you know, well, we don't even know how it's done there, but it's done on wins or something like that. So yeah, I've got my team and my bench all high. No bronze benching to try and bring down my rating to get easier opponents on this occasion. I wanted to test this team out, I wanted to test this player of the month, ZAHA, out, and this Dele Alli out against the best possible opponents that I could come up against. And to be fair, the ZAHA was good, man. He was good. He wasn't great. You know, I think the Sané for me is better. But he got some goals, he got some nice goals, he got involved in the gameplay, and of course he was on 7 chemistry. It's a good card, the ZAHA card, and for as cheap as it is, which according to Footbin right now, if you have nothing at all in your club, player of the month, the ZAHA is 96k on PlayStation, 99 on Xbox, and that has to be taken into consideration that you will get a 50k pack and a 25k pack back. And then if you already have a Team of the Season card, like an untradeable that you don't mind using, that actually then brings this down to... it brings it down to... where's the player prices? There we go. So another 50k off. So it's actually 50k or so without the Team of the Season taken into consideration, which is great. Very good. Now anyway, we've got some comments. First comment from Michael Todd says, Yo Nep, do you not think that Ali makes a better centre mid than Ericsson? Better physical by a mile, taller, has decent interceptions. I think you should try him. Well, we've got him in here, and I was actually streaming last night, showing the team, playing some gameplay in Division 1 and stuff, and talking about it, and I've actually sold Christian Eriksen. You won't see that until the next video, but I sold him to put Dele Alli in there. Dele Alli, by all accounts, is a very, very good card. He's got some great things about him. You know, I like, as you say, I like the fact that he's nice and tall. He's got 4-star skill moves. He's already got great pace for a centre mid, so I personally wouldn't even boost his pace. You know, his shooting is very good. His reactions, ball control, dribbling and composure are insane. His stamina and aggression are very, very good. His interceptions are 75, which is all right for a centre mid, and we could boost those as well. There's 2 points that I don't like about Dele Alli. The first point I don't like about Dele Alli is balance is low. And yes, we can improve that balance by like to the maximum by putting an engine on him, which gives him 10 balance, and that puts his pace up to 93, his passing up to 93, and his dribbling up to 97, and it makes him a 97 rated cam and 95 rated centre mid. But the problem with that is, for me personally, my centre mids are usually the guys that score from outside the box, and my cam and strikers are the guy that scores from inside the box. So Dele Alli has really high finishing at 94 and really high positioning at 96, which actually better suits him for the striker or cam role, but of course De Bruyne with the 5-star, 4-star and the better stats is always going to take that position. So the fact that his shot power is 86 and his long shots are 88, and then his traits don't include, oh no, they do include a long shot taker. Ooh, yeah, okay. So I didn't like him because, like, well, I didn't not like him, but I look at his long power and his long shots and shot power, and I think, ooh, you know, Eriksen's are better, basically. But now knowing that he's got the long shot taker trait and the technical dribbler trait, that agility and balance and shooting is kind of resolved through that. Not that we know exactly what they do, but as many of you guys know, the technical dribbler and the speed dribbler traits seem to be some of the most overpowered traits in the game. And the fact that he's got the long shot taker trait, that could be good. But yeah, I've got Dele Alli in. I've sold Eriksen. I'm going to give him a shot over this weekend league, and we'll see where it goes. But this talking about Dele Alli leads on to actually one of the next comments, and that's from John Stick. And John Stick says, how many of the current team will remain after the next batch of Team of the Season cards are released? Son sounds like a keeper for sure, but any others that you're particularly fond of? So running through my team, not including Player of the Month ZAHA here, because we will have Sané. I actually love the trio of Sané, Son and De Bruyne as my attacking trio. Obviously, Ruud Gullit will remain as one of my midfielders. I'm open to change Matic. I'm open to change Dele Alli. And then I've got Maldini and Zanetti and De Gea. And so I'm open to change my left back and one of my centre backs. Of course, we'll be able to figure that out based on who's in the Team of the Season from La Liga, but also based on who I pack out of the La Liga Team of the Season upgrade pack on Sunday and on Tuesday, and then who the rest of the world's top 30 players are to go into the team. But right now, yeah, I think 4 of the 11 players that are in the team right now, I'm open to change. I really want to keep David De Gea, which kind of limits the defenders that I could go for. I would need to go for either an icon, a Premier League, or a Spanish centre-back, just to make sure I can get the other link to David De Gea. And with that in mind, Vertonghen is actually great. I was playing with him in this Division 1 run, played with him in a few more Division 1 games, as he scores, funnily enough. And yeah, Vertonghen is actually very, very, very good. I have an anchor on him as well, so I might put a shadow on him just for the weekend league, because, you know, I like to believe that pace isn't the most important thing, and I think defending stats, physical stats, reactions and things like that for centre-backs are more important, but giving myself that pace boost might be the difference between conceding and not conceding. Even if it's 1 in 10 games, it could potentially make a huge difference. But yeah, Vertonghen is a strong card, and I actually might even keep him. And if I do keep Vertonghen, that allows me to use De Gea no matter what. And then the fact that Dele Alli's in there as well gives Vertonghen a strong link, which allows me to change the midfield however I want, because I could put Gullit in the middle, Sané gets strong link to De Bruyne, Gullit gets the link to Sané, which caps his chem. Then my left centre mid and my left back can basically be anything. So if Dele Alli performs well for me, yeah, we may well keep him. Next comment is from 67LD. Says swap Sané for Mahrez. It's the same logic as you have for keeping Eriksen instead of Ali. If anything, I'd sell Eriksen, play Ali, buy Mahrez, and bench Sané. Well, I've sold Eriksen. I'm playing Ali, but I like Sané. For me, and I explained this, I think, on stream and maybe earlier on in the video and stuff. Sané for me is unreal. It's a shame he doesn't have 4-star, 4-star, because I think if he had 4-star, 4-star, he would be my favourite player in this game. He's tall, he's fast, he's strong, he's got great work rates. He just does things. He's so fast off the mark. He's like, even though I don't even have a pace card on him, he just does things that I've never felt with other players. And as I say, the only letdown for him is that we can't do the scoop turns that we need to do when we need to do them. And that 3-star weak foot has sometimes caused us a few issues. And although I know Mahrez has 5-star, 4-star, for me, even though he's untradeable, I'm not keeping Sané in the team because he's untradeable and I'm attached to him or anything. I'm keeping Sané in my team because I genuinely believe he's insane. But anyway, guys, we get some good results there. 3 wins and a draw from the 4 games that we played. That one draw was quite frustrating as well, because I took the lead a couple of times, I think, and I just kept throwing it away. But for the teams that we come up against and the level of players that we played against in Division 1, I was happy with those results. And as you can see, ZAHA there, 4 games, 4 goals and 3 assists. So a really strong performance from him from the 4 games. He's worth it, man. You know, for less than 100,000 coins, he's worth it. 4-star skill moves. Again, only a 3-star weak foot, quite like Sané, but great pace, great dribbling, good shooting, good physical. It's just a really nice, well-rounded card that you could do for super cheap and get some packs back and maybe get a team of the season in them. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.